May 29th, 2022. Halfcast 304, episode 304. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Woman learns homeless man was secretly living in her apartment after hearing snoring. Did he finally blow his cover by out snoring the homeless boyfriend? Sorry. A woman's worst nightmare seemingly came true after discovering a homeless man had been living in her apartment without her noticing. In a TikTok video shared to her account, Dakar Myers revealed that a homeless man had walked into her unlocked apartment in Tucson, Arizona, and had been living in her roommate's room all day without her noticing. So I joke, but Reddit had a whole forum called Let's Not Meet, where these stories, there were so many of them that they were actually able to make it into a long running podcast. It's probably still running. On the morning before the incident, she had checked her email after waking up, seeing a notice from her apartment's management office that a homeless man was roaming around the building. I thought they were going to say there was a homeless man in her apartment. The email continued saying that they were trying to locate him and had notified the police as well, which is not too much different, which should mean you should always check and make sure your doors are locked and your windows. Things like this aren't a rare occurrence. No shock. This has happened before, Myers says in the video. We supposedly live in these luxury apartments, but these homeless people don't give an F in Tucson. Myers eventually left her apartment to go to the gym and left her apartment door unlocked. No, it's just a habit I formed over the year because my roommates are usually home, and so somebody is always here. But they moved out a few days ago, she explained. Honest mistake, adding that she has been living alone. I had roommates, and one of my biggest pet peeves would be they would leave the door unlocked for anyone to walk in unknown and uninvited. After returning from the gym, she finished working for the day and checked her email again after a few hours. There was another follow up from her apartment's management office that said the homeless man is right behind you. No, had never been found, and encouraged all tenants to keep their doors locked. At that point, Myers remembered that she hadn't locked her door when she'd gone out to the gym. She decided to check all of the four bedrooms in the apartment, starting with her roommate's bathroom. What is this? Some weird Goldilocks creepypasta? After finding no one in there, she went to look into her roommate's bedroom, only to find that the door was locked. Myers immediately freaked out, as I would also, especially considering that all of her roommates had moved out already. In a second video, Myers continued the story, saying she was able to hear a man snoring in her roommate's locked bedroom while she continued to sit in the living room trying to decide what to do. What? Being that she's a woman, she's alone, she don't know what this guy might be on, some type of drugs. He might be a lunatic. He might be in any type of mental state. The safest thing to do would be to leave. Her apartment's management office had already closed. There was also no emergency line to call at her apartment complex, and her building doesn't have any security. This is just a perfect storm of things waiting to go horribly wrong because you don't think this homeless guy knows these things also? After sitting on the couch for some time, Myers started hearing the locked bedroom door handle start moving as if someone was trying to get out of there. She immediately began texting her friends, why not call the police and leave the apartment? And one of her friends, now I'm mad at her, who lived next door, told her to leave the apartment. Before leaving, Myers loudly shouted, hey, if there's anybody in there, I'm literally leaving for 5 minutes. Just please leave. What if the person would have said, okay, just let me use the bathroom? she she went downstairs to the lobby to wait with their friend, and after some time, the two went back up to her apartment. Before they could enter the elevator to go back upstairs, the homeless man who had been sleeping in the locked bedroom walked out of the elevator It's like our homeless man, Meyer said. I call him R because he's ours. He's like literally always around this building all the time. It doesn't make it right. And he also chased my roommate in our garage the other day. She said she still, why is this guy on the streets? Why haven't they beat his ass? She said she still has another 3 months left on her lease, but her parents want her to move out immediately. Though Meyer says she knows she should leave, but doesn't want to let the homeless win. At some point, your safety have to come first. If the apartment management is that sloppy that they're not willing to do anything to prevent this from happening, they're just giving you a heads up. Hey, yeah, there might be a murderer sleeping under your bed tonight. That's all they're doing. Then yeah, you have to think about yourself first. Going door to door with chainsaw leads to Omaha man's arrest. How this headline doesn't say this man was shot multiple times in a frenzied panic, I don't know. Police in Omaha have arrested a 20-year-old man who had been going door to door with a chainsaw after he caused a disturbance near a local school. With tensions running high in and around schools all across the country, this man is lucky to be alive today. Omaha police said the man was a quarter of a mile west of the Omaha Veterans Administration Center with the chainsaw Friday morning in what they call an attempt to make money. Police said a homeowner confronted him. Thank you, homeowner. If you are looking to trim some hedges or cut some stumps, the chainsaw should not be the first thing somebody sees as soon as they open the door. Only you can prevent these misunderstandings. They argued, and the man threatened the homeowner. The homeowner chased the man. The man dropped his chainsaw. He had his chainsaw in his hand the whole time while he was talking to this guy. These people don't know you, man. The homeowner tackled him a few blocks further west near Holy Cross Catholic Church and hit school. Police say they found several drug pipes on the man. Oh, now it makes sense. Insert smoking drugs into any ridiculous sentence, and then now it makes sense. Now you got the why. Jury finds New Hampshire man guilty of killing wife's coworker. Is this the one you keep telling me about every time I asked you about your day? Horrible. A jury has found a New Hampshire man guilty of murder after killing his wife's coworker in 2020 and then forcing her to behead him, doing things as a couple. Armando Barron, 32, was convicted on all 13 charges he faced on Thursday, including first-degree murder and kidnapping. Barron lured 25-year-old Jonathan Amaral to a park using the phone of his wife, Brittany Barron, then kidnapped and later shot him. Jurors determined, as reported by CBS News, Armando Barron assaulted and beat his 33-year-old wife after discovering her affair with Amaral, all before forcing her to come with him to meet Amaral on September 19th, 2020, according to court documents filed with Cheshire Superior Court. So this was definitely a form of punishment, but it also seems like him making her behead the coworker was a way of him forcing her to prove that she was still loyal to him. It almost seems ritualistic. After he forced Amaral into his own car at gunpoint, Brittany Barron was forced to drive the car to a remote campsite where he shot Amaral 3 times before forcing her to behead him, she testified. Armando Barron's defense lawyers argued that the wife was the one to pull the trigger and kill Amaral, which she has denied, with prosecutors arguing she had feared for her life if she did not follow what she was told. Barron is facing a life sentence without parole. I would think some sort of couples counseling would be a good start to mending the fence. Not forcing your wife to behead her lover. Some people love hard, man. Vehicle burglary suspect leaves jail, arrested in parking lot on new vehicle burglary charge. Hey, a leopard doesn't change his spots, a zebra doesn't change his stripes. You gotta respect the man that follows suit. A Reno man arrested for vehicle burglary on Friday was released from jail on Saturday and then arrested hours later for alleged vehicle burglary in the jail parking lot. Was that even 48 hours? The Washoe County Sheriff's Office said, how else he gonna get home? You don't give him no bus fare or nothing? Aiden Crowley, 21, was booked Saturday on charges of felony vehicle burglary and gross misdemeanor attempted grand larceny. The University of Nevada Police Department booked Crowley on Friday on a felony charge of vehicle burglary and gross misdemeanor charges of vehicle tampering causing damage and destroying the property of others. He was in a police parking lot with this? Carly was released from jail on Saturday, and at about 10 p.m., a few hours after his release, deputies found him. That wasn't even 24 hours. Deputies found him inside a vehicle that didn't belong to him at the jail parking lot on Parr Boulevard. Sheriff Balaam reminds all citizens to lock the doors on your vehicle when unoccupied and to remove all valuables from the view of would-be thieves, the sheriff's office said. Fun show, fun show, fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.